I was born in Chicago, Illinois, and then we moved up here to meet a friend of my mom's because we needed a place to stay because we were homeless in Chicago and we could no longer stay with her sister. And we moved up here and her friend left us here. And so we ended up just walking around trying to find a place, and that's sort of how it all got started with the walking. And for most of my childhood, up until I was 12 is when we first got our first place. We've been just walking from shelter to shelter because my mom was an addict, and so we couldn't stay places for very long because she'd do something to jeopardize our housing. In the winter, we'd do the same thing as the summer. We'd just walk. It was colder then. We'd try to find coats. Sometimes the school would help, sometimes they wouldn't, and we'd just walk. To know that after school, you're there, the place where you slept last night might not be there. That you might not find your family again, that you might not have anything. There is no money, there is no options. If somebody's doing something fun after school, you know you can't go. I couldn't really buy anything. I remember this one time I wanted to take this art class. I really wanted to take this art class because I love pottery and things like that, and I couldn't take it because it was $20 and we didn't have it. So to know that, to walk through the halls every day and to know that no matter how hard you try, you won't be allotted certain things because of the situation that you're in.
He called the SHI program when he was 17. His mother had left and gone to Chicago, and he was basically left without the basic needs. I know there was no light to study by. We had to make some connections with other places to get him some help for food and those kinds of things, because if you're under the age of 18, there isn't any place you can stay. You can't access the food shelves because you're underage. So when he called, he really wanted to change where he was and his lifestyle. He wanted, as he had said, he set a goal of having a better adulthood than he did a childhood.
I don't like living this lifestyle anymore. I don't like the arguments, the fights, the hunger, anything anymore, and so I need to call someone, try to get me out.
The SHI program is supportive housing for youth, and basically what we do with the program is we work with youth between the ages of 16 up to the age of 24 who want and need to learn independent living skills that are needed to be able to live independently and self-sufficiently. We can do money management, help to put them in touch with resources in the community. We help them look for housing. We help them get IDs and their vital documents and that type of thing.
We had to start with getting me an ID, which I just applied for not too long ago. But to get an ID, you need like your birth certificate, and you need a social security card, and you need some form of identification.
When we started out, Deshaun had 2 pages of goals and things that he needed to do. And I mean, getting the social security card, getting the Minnesota ID, getting the birth certificate, those were just 3 of the many things that were on there. He didn't know how to establish a bank account. We helped with trying to help him locate a job, give him an idea, a thought, or a suggestion, and he would follow up with it on his own. The birth certificate has probably been the hardest thing because, well, it's been 11 months, but we finally got a copy of his birth certificate, and he's applied for his Minnesota ID, which leaves him 1 goal out of 2 pages left, and he wants to get a driver's license.
Now I have a great job. I work full-time. I just got dental insurance and health insurance, and I have life insurance now. And I have a great place of my own. I pay for everything myself. I have money in the bank, money in the savings account, and I have a credit card. And so through all that, without Dondra, I would have none of that.
If the SHI program wasn't here, it would be much more difficult to have people moving toward that goal of being independent and self-sufficient and to be productive members in our community. With Deshaun, I mean, he's volunteering in the community.
Without the SHI program, I would still be evicted. I would probably went back to the homeless lifestyle. We probably would have been back to the shelters, would have went back to the hopelessness of it. But through that one decision of, wanting better for myself and not knowing any other option but to ask for help, made a world of difference.
I think it's a really critical piece to have United Way involved in doing that with the generous gifts of the donors and all. Quite honestly, if you look at people like Deshawn or the youth, without them, they would not have that opportunity to be able to go ahead and to proceed with their own goals and, let's say, to be a more positive member of the community.
I want to go to college, I want to get a degree in communications, and I want to live a better life.